Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. It's Saturday, I'm at the desk. It's August 22nd. Welcome to the program. I assume you're watching because you're sheltering in place because of the heat. I hate to break it to you, but it's not going to get any better. But since you're inside, since you're watching me, let's talk about what's on the show today. We've got a good one for you. We're going to be welcoming from Adapt to It. Leslie Gabola is going to be here along with Shane Manitua, something like that. I'll ask Shane how you pronounce that last name when I meet them later on the program. And then later in the program, California Gun Services Jeff McCabe is going to be here. You have guns that you might have inherited, ones in your house that you want to get rid of, sell, you don't know what to do with. Jeff has the answers for us on that one. All right, right now, though, let's talk about what we need to know in the village here. We're going to keep you informed with TV6, what you're watching right now. You want to keep watching us right here on This Day and Trading Post and all the great shows you get to watch on TV6. Well, there's an app that is available free through the App Store and Google Play. Simply search for Village Television and you'll find the app. Residents can also watch in 3 different ways: Village Television Live app on Wi-Fi connected devices, Village website at lagunawoodsvillage.com, and also at Village Television on YouTube. You have to search for that one too and then subscribe, and then you'll be getting your YouTube feed of Village Television. You have to do this. Why? Because during the DirecTV transition, Village Television will no longer be included in the regular channel lineup. So this is going to be the ways you get to watch us as we transition over to DirecTV and Ting. Okay, let's take a check of our forecast while we're at it here. And yeah, like I mentioned before, I'd stay indoors for the foreseeable future. It's not getting any better out there. I got 87 today, and that's going to be the best we're going to do in terms of cool side of things, if you call that cool. We're going to be up to 94 degrees on Monday and 90s again on Tuesday, and just a teeny bit of relief, 89 degrees on Wednesday. So really this high pressure system, this heat wave is locked in over Southern California for the foreseeable future, and we're just going to have to learn to deal with it. Let's take a look at our sunrise, sunset, and we got a beautiful shot here over Del Mar. They're racing down there these days. Judy Blando, thanks for going down there. I hope you won some money on the horses, and thank you for sending us this picture. This morning's sunrise was 6:18. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:28. If you'd like to send us a picture, we'd love to see it. Always email them to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it on our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be welcoming Leslie Gabola and her guests with Adapt to It. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jay Miner with Assisted Living Locators of South Orange County. If you're starting to worry about your safety at home or about a loved one who may be struggling, you don't have to take the next steps alone. I've toured every assisted living and memory care community in our area, and I can help you find the right fit. I'll do the research, make all the phone calls, and set up all the tours. And my services are at no cost to you. Let's make sure that you or your loved one have the care, comfort, and peace of mind that you deserve. Give me a call today.
Welcome to Adapt to It, your neighborhood resource for all your home medical supplies. For over 20 years, we've helped Laguna Woods stay safe, prevent falls, and remain independent. We modify your shower or bath for safer entry and exit. Stay mobile with walkers, scooters, and wheelchairs as light as 14 pounds. Our lift chairs provide heat, massage, and a gentle lift when you're ready to stand. And at bedtime, our adjustable beds help you find the perfect position for rest. We're here for all your needs throughout the day. When you can't change it, adapt to it.
And welcome back, everybody. We're ready for a little hike here. I hope you are. From Adapt to It, I want to welcome Leslie Gabola to the program, and she brought a friend, Shane Manitua. Thanks for joining us. And this looks like you're ready for a hike, Shane, but not quite, right? This is actually something for folks that would be coming to Leslie's store to adapt to it, right? Exactly. What do you got there?
This is our foldable backpack rollator. It's our Z35. Show you. Is that okay,
please.
Michael?
I want to see this thing in action.
This is something I'll typically, should I put this on the table
Yeah,
here?
anywhere you want.
This is something you'll typically see me wear at the airport.
Okay.
And I'll pull it out, and a lot of times the front desk agent will ask me if I need to move up to the line because I have a rollator. But yes, Voshik, we're headquarters here in Ontario, California.
Okay.
Weighs about 13 pounds.
I was going to ask you what that weighs, because I mean, it didn't look like it was, you're a big guy, but it wasn't weighing you down.
Right, right. No, it's 13 pounds, which is the goal for our older population.
Okay.
But it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
The whole goal is to have this open in 10 seconds. I'm not going to do that here. I don't want to show off
We're not going for the record.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a transformer from the movies. It's all of a sudden, here we are.
And you can adjust the heights here. It's built out of carbon fiber.
Okay, yeah.
This is one where you can take on the airplane and put it up on top at the bins instead of having to go under the plane.
Right. That's what I was going to say. That keeps the kind of assurance that you're not going to leave you during a trip, and all of a sudden you show up with no rollator, and we got a problem, right?
But we've had a couple patients come in for it where they searched a foldable backpack rollator, and this is what they found. Especially going on a cruise, on a flight, instead of taking the regular rollator, they would get something like this.
Okay, very lightweight, and it's sturdy. You know, even after the whole thing, it's a sturdy.
Yep.
It's a sturdy guy.
So you can adjust the heights here for the handlebars. You can fold them. It's a weight capacity of 300 pounds for a patient. And again, weighs about 13 pounds.
Wow, that's terrific.
Wheels are 6 inches, which is pretty standard. Our newer ones will have an electric handbrake instead of just the foot brake.
Oh, really? Okay.
But yeah, it also comes with the backpack, which is super cool.
Yeah. With purchase, free with purchase.
Exactly.
Do people come into the store and say, "Hey, I'm going to be traveling. I'm doing this thing, and I hate checking this thing, or it's so clunky at the airport," kind of thing?
Yes, and actually the problem we run into is that the airport is not kind to equipment. And I spend a lot of my time telling people, pat it, take it with you, put it in a backpack. And so this solves all of those problems.
Yeah.
Put it on your back, take it with you.
Exactly.
It's a carry-on. You can even probably get a medical exemption for it.
Sure.
So you could carry other bags with this as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that wouldn't be a part of your carry-on. It wouldn't be counted against your carry-on.
Right,
That's
exactly.
great. Yeah, because
And
I know
so-
there's so many nightmare stories. People like, my golf clubs were broken, my surfboard, my whatever it is.
Yeah.
And this is such a vital part of someone traveling who needs this. This isn't just like, oh, I don't get to surf because of the thing's broken. I don't get to enjoy my vacation
I don't get
at all.
to walk.
Yeah, I don't
Right,
get to walk.
right,
So that
right.
could be really an issue.
So and it's one in a part of many of the super lightweight, beautiful carbon, travelable things that is just giving mobility back to people and independence and travel. Because a lot of these people, a lot of my customers, that's their main thing. I mean, I walk into their house and I see these beautiful displays of all these countries that they've been to.
Oh,
and so it's such a deep part of their being to be able to continue it even when you have a mobility challenge. That's really a blessing. And it's a great thing.
When you guys at Voshik, is it Voshik?
Voshik.
Voshik, we're putting this together. What was kind of the feedback you were getting from people? Here's what we want, here's what we need, and how did you guys meet that challenge?
Yeah. Well, if you've been to Leslie's store, they have quite the range of different rollators. And so our whole thing is not every rollator is going to be for every patient.
Right.
Which is why this is huge in completing the rest of the collection that she has. Just because there's bigger ones, smaller ones for your day-to-day. And so that's our whole goal with Voshik is finding those niche parts of DME when patients are coming in. For example, this one patient calling in or searching for a foldable backpack roller. That's what she searched for. And so we take that feedback and when we create our innovative, that's our whole thing. It's being innovative, finding those things that when they come to a store like Leslie's, that they couldn't find what they want, then they go Google it. Well, we try and find that feedback and we create our own.
And this isn't rare earth plastic. This is good stuff here, right?
Yeah, carbon fiber, exactly. Especially with airplanes, this is definitely durable for it, for sure.
Yeah, and how do you guys test? How do you make sure this is it doesn't go through kind of like a lot of rigors? Do you just beat the heck out of it on testing?
Absolutely, goes through a lot of that. We're manufacturer, headquarters in China, but we're headquartered here in Ontario, California. Goes through tons of different patients everywhere, not just here in the U.S., but it does go through that. A lot of traveling, even for us, we have our own. Even though I don't necessarily need one now, I still sit on it, take it to the airport, just really get a feel of what patients are thinking about.
Okay. Okay. And when Leslie, when a product comes to you that's it has rigor, it has been tested, and is it exciting to kind of bring that option into your store for folks who haven't had this option?
Totally, it's amazing. I am so excited to see new products, and we do our own test.
Yeah.
I'm an OT, which is an engineer, and so yes, we put it through its paces before we offer it on the floor, and more stuff comes in my store than stays. So I often tell my reps they're lucky they're here because I kick a lot of people to the curb because their stuff just isn't worth it.
Yeah, if it's not serving their clientele, it's not serving the clientele.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
Yes, and it doesn't have that value and that durability. And for me, being able to provide the service that I provide, my service can only be as good as the companies that I work with. And so I've got to be really picky on who comes in and who I represent and who I sell. So I think that this has great potential. I've gotten like 3 requests for it since Shane came in.
Okay. When is it going to be available? Is it not available just yet?
It's available now.
It is available now. Okay, so people can come in today and get this at your store. Okay, I would want to make sure about that. And you said you have another one that's even the next generation with the electric brakes and that kind of thing?
Yeah, electric handbrakes.
Okay.
That'll be a game changer. Again, it's not going to fit every patient. So those patients who can't keep up with the rollator, who can't do this, they'll have that option with the electric handbrakes. So, but again, we're in Ontario, California. And so if there was a need, if they sell out a whole bunch, it's a matter of we'll be able to bring her new ones just because it's down the street. So it works out.
And what you said, you already have customers lining up for these things?
I do. This is going to be one of those products out of the box, out of the store.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have several reliable products like that. Super hard to keep in stock.
Sure, it's a good problem.
But it's a good problem to have. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And what's it like for you when you're making a product that's really serving a community that kind of opens up doors and avenues and places they couldn't go before? You're actually widening their areas where they can go to now. You're letting them go in places where they couldn't venture before.
Absolutely. I've been in the durable medical equipment industry for 10 years. I used to sell at a store just like Leslie's. And so I had my own parents to think of man, what should they get or why this doesn't work for the everyday compared to traveling. And so I think about that often. And so it's a little bit different now as far as VOSIC, where I get out to skilled nursing facilities or just nursing facilities in general, just to talk to them about rollators, why there's different ones, why there's different sizes, just for pure education, not to upsell, just education on why there's, as you go to Leslie's store, there's 10, 15 different rollators. There's a reason for it. Talk about the features and upsell. So there's a fulfillment and satisfaction in that just because there's somebody's parents, grandparents sitting on these. And so that's a feel good.
Now, Leslie, are the people picking this one for their everyday, or is this going to be like a specialty travel one? I put this in the closet until we're going on trips kind of thing. Can it be an everyday?
It can be an everyday.
Yeah,
absolutely. And if people are, it does have the foldability. It is small enough on its own like this. But
just traveling to restaurants, it's so much easier to fold it up instead of lifting this big bulky thing in a SUV kind of situation. Now I can put it in the trunk of a Honda.
Yeah, and a lot of people have smaller sports cars, so there you go.
Yeah.
So either way, it could be either.
All right. Leslie and Shane, thank you so much for coming in and doing this today. From Adapt to It, they have products that are built for you guys in mind. We'll be right back.
We believe every senior should be able to remain healthy, happy, and at home. At Caring Senior Service, we understand the value of compassion and companionship. Our caregivers promote health, happiness, and independence. We cook nutritional meals, engage in meaningful activities, run errands, do light house cleaning, and more. Call us toll-free at 833-926-3700 or visit our website, CaringSeniorServiceLW.com. Healthy, happy home. Caring Senior Service.
I often get asked why I chose to become a retirement income specialist. Now for me, the answer has always been simple. I wanted to help people. There's something rewarding about helping someone not only enjoy their retirement, but just not worrying about it. My goal is to understand the person sitting in front of me. Once I understand what's important to them, we can build a plan around their goals and not anyone else's. My role is to help people use their hard-earned money they've spent their entire lifetime building to support the retirement they've always wanted.
Hi, my name is Jeff McCabe, owner of California Gun Services, and for the last 10 years we've been helping residents of Laguna Woods with any firearm-related needs. Do you have maybe some old bullets left in the garage, even an old gun in a closet? You might have a gun collection worth tens of thousands of dollars. We can help with all these matters and more. We like to say we're the gun company for non-gun people. Our goal is to keep you safe, legal, and maybe even put a couple dollars in your hands. Call California Gun Services today and you can speak directly with myself, Jeff McCabe.
From California Gun Services, we want to welcome back to the show Jeff McCabe. Thanks for joining us again.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Appreciate you guys having me back.
Absolutely. So when people go into your shop or call you up, you are not, you're not a shooting range. You're not there selling, here's our display of guns. What you do is kind of a service. So tell me about how you got into this and what you guys do.
Yes, we have a very niche market. What we do is we provide services, meaning our main goal is to keep people safe and legal here in California. I got into this about 12 years ago, helping a lady from our church. Me and my dad were painting her bedroom. And when we moved her bed, we found 27 guns stuffed under her bed.
Oh my gosh.
Her husband had put them under there when he went into the hospital for a procedure. Well, he never came home. And to her, it became a monster under her bed. And me and my dad helped her out, took him down, sold them at a gun shop. And she told friends about what I did. And pretty soon it was, hey, Jeff, can you help so-and-so? Can you help Mary? And I just saw there was this need.
Yeah, it's a little cottage industry you didn't know really was a need or existed.
Yeah. And after years kind of thinking on it and some doing research, realized there's nobody in California there to help people. So we got all of our licensing, our federal, state, local licensing. It took me about a year and created a website, and there we go. We're off and running. And so nowadays what I like to do is when we get that call that somebody's found a gun, somebody's passed away, people inherit guns. We've had people buy homes and find guns in their attic.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And so we get that call saying, hey, I've got this, what do I do? Or somebody who's a collector and had guns for years, but now they're at an age where they realize they're not going to use them and they're not up on California laws.
Right.
They call me and they say, hey, what do I do?
So what are some of the California gun laws that families should know, like in terms of, hey, I've inherited this gun, or we found it in the house, or this was my husband's gun, or my spouse's? What should they know about California law?
So any gun transaction, any type of gun goes from one person to another, and this includes ammunition now. Ammunition is now regulated, so ammunition just can't be given from one person to another. So each gun has to go through an FFL, which stands for Federal Firearms Licensee.
Okay.
There are a few exemptions where a father can give a son, a grandson, daughter, that kind of stuff a gun. But California still wants to be notified, and there's paperwork that needs to be
and
filed.
that ownership is transferred, so I can't just like hand somebody a gun. What about when a spouse dies? Does that spouse inherit that, or does that also need to be kind of transferred and that kind of thing?
It depends on the type of firearm. By and large, yes. If a spouse dies, now that community property becomes property of the spouse. It's a gray area. If that spouse then wants to take that gun to a shooting range or be transporting or traveling, they could be transporting an unregistered firearm.
Okay.
And then there's guns that were bought legally in the 90s and even 2000s, which now are considered felonies.
Okay.
So those can't be transferred.
Okay, because the gun laws restricting like rapid fire guns or bump stocks and those kinds
AR-15s
of
and
things.
AK-47s, Uzis, all those scary things. Yes.
Okay. Also, with some folks, they may be gun owners, but maybe they're suffering from early stages of dementia, and maybe it's time for them to not own guns anymore. You've spoken at Alzheimer's Association of Orange County a couple times. What kind of message do you deliver there?
Yeah, we deal hand in hand with Orange County Alzheimer's Association. We really try to educate those. It's usually older gentlemen, and if they're starting to have some cognitive decline, we have that real, honest, open talk with them about what are you going to do with these guns? And we give them some options. They can lock them up and give the spouse the key, so they still have their guns, they just don't have access to them. Is it time to inherit it? Is it time to give it to that son or grandson? Do it now. If they're no value and they don't want them, then call us. We do free ammunition and firearm service, removal services. So.
Now, when people inherit guns, and sometimes maybe they're not familiar with them, is there just like a general concern, fear, like, oh no, there's a gun in my house? I mean, do you get that kind of reaction sometimes?
Every day. So there's two main things with that. There's two forms of liability. One, and first most importantly, is safety. If you don't know the gun, if you're not familiar with it, don't touch it. We've have numerous stories of somebody finding a gun and taking it out from under bed and it going off. So if you come across a gun, number one, gun safety, don't touch it. Call somebody who knows how to check it, unload it, that sort of thing. The other thing then is the legal liability of being in possession of a gun and what, how you follow California laws.
Now, if someone says, hey, I want to sell this collection, these number of guns, there's actually some money in those things. So you guys can help them in terms of maybe getting some money for these guns and getting them to a proper place for sale and those kinds of things, right?
Absolutely. I try to be very transparent and honest about value of guns when we're dealing with that. I've shown up and somebody thinks they've got this historic musket and it's like, no, it's a rusted old shotgun and it has no value.
Right.
And we've seen the other side where somebody's like, there's just this old pistol in my grandfather's trunk, and it turns out it's worth $10,000. So if there's value in a collection, we just pull comps from auction sites and are very transparent about that.
And what about folks who inherit and they just don't want? They're like, get this. How do I get rid of this? Are there proper disposal ways? Like you find a firearm that has no value to it, or whatever that might be, but there have to be ways to dispose of them that are the legal route.
There are. One is you can always call local law enforcement, either a PD or sheriff's department. You want to call them ahead of time. You want to make sure the gun is unloaded before you transport it to them. And then you never want to take a gun out at a police station. You go in or you contact them, let them come out and remove it. But you have to make sure you're following those California transportation laws when you do it. Or you call us. We are an in-home service. I come to the customer, and we discreetly remove the gun and do the paperwork to release them of liability.
How do people get contact with you? What's the best way to make an appointment and do those kinds of things, whether it's going to be in-home or they're going to come to you, whatever it might be? Yeah,
so I think we've got our website on a slide, and we've got some phone numbers here. If they call, they're going to speak with me directly. I will be the one who calls them back, and then I'm the one who shows up, and I'm licensed to do the in-home service.
And that's an important thing to remember, licensing, and you understand the procedures and proper things. Shouldn't be people just calling a friend who, I know that person owns a gun, I'll ask them.
Correct. It's illegal in California. I know I said this in the beginning, to not go through an FFL, but the reason is you don't know if that friend's a prohibited person. Maybe they're a great neighbor, but they had a crime 20, 30 years ago, and you give a felon or prohibited person a firearm, now you're liable and criminally could be prosecuted. So
a little bit on the dangerous. There's so many intricacies about that in terms of those things. When you say you got into this service just kind of almost as an accident, what's it been like for you to kind of build this business around something that was just like you helping out one day, and now you've grown it to this thing in terms of helping people in the communities like Laguna Woods?
It's been a fun adventure. It's been a blessing to my wife and I. And it feels like I'm actually doing something good. My wife and I have had this conversation, like, we very well could have saved somebody's life and never known it by taking a gun that would have fallen into a child's hand or, a criminal's hands.
Right.
And taking it and removing it. And so we feel like we're doing a good service. And it's been a fun adventure for us.
An ounce of prevention, as they say. Have you become an expert because of all the things you've done? I mean, this was never a path for you, right? This is never something, you weren't like a big gun guy before all this, right?
Correct. I had gone shooting with my dad, and I'd gone hunting a couple times when we were kids, and I knew guns.
Right.
My dad was in the service, in the Air Force, so he knew a little bit, but we weren't big gun people. But yeah, now all of a sudden I'm known as the gun guy, and but I'm more middle of the road about it. I know politics are very polarized. I'm middle of the road. I'm not here to say you can't have them, you can. We're here just to keep people safe and legal.
Right. Are at the end of this, when you help somebody get through all this stuff, what is that like for you to know that, hey, these people were kind of lost, or this folks didn't know what to do, they were scared, they were whatever they were, and at the end, you have someone who just has this relief of, okay, this is done, this is dealt with.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. It makes me feel good, it makes them feel good, and they're thanking me, and it goes both ways because I'm helping them, and then we do make money in different ways in some of the services, and it's a blessing to me and my family. So yeah, it's definitely a win-win.
And what's it like dealing with the folks here in Laguna Woods? Is it one of those things where it's like, wow, this community, who knew that this community had this need, and then you're going to be able to really help people?
Yeah, Laguna Woods is a great resource, for us. There is a lot of business here. I read a statistic that says 52% of homes have a gun in them.
Wow.
I don't know what that percentage would be in Laguna Woods, but there are a lot of firearms here in Laguna Woods. And as people grow older or cognitive decline or pass away, you have to think about what's going to happen with that firearm.
Absolutely. So what's going to happen with those firearms? Jeff McCabe might have an answer for you. California Gun Services, folks, a website and phone number up on the screen here, and they do it professionally. They do it legally. They can help out, so make sure you give them a call if you have one of those firearm situations in your home. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you,
today.
Michael. Appreciate it.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Not all car washes are created equal. At LW Car Wash, every vehicle receives a professional hand wash, delivering the attention to detail automated washes simply can't match. From the exterior to the interior, our inside vacuum service helps keep your vehicle looking its best. We finish every wash with a meticulous hand dry clean for a spotless, streak-free shine. Fast, professional, extremely clean. Don't forget to ask about our $4 off discount with any wash package that includes inside services.
People ask me about real estate here in the village all the time. I live here, and as a realtor, I know buying and selling in our community is different. There are specific rules and details that really matter, and having someone who truly knows how it works is important. If questions come up for you or someone you know, give me a call. I'm your Laguna Woods Insider. Please call me, Melissa Fort, your Laguna Woods Insider at 949-478-5888, or visit my website.
Let's talk about our Saturday movie. This is a cool one. It was kind of a thriller when it came out. I remember seeing this way back in the day when it came out. It is called Ghost Rider. It stars Ewan McGregor, and it's going to be brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Also stars James Bond, Pierce Brosnan. The Ghost Rider follows an unnamed British writer hired to finish the memoir of the former prime minister on a remote island after the previous ghostwriter dies under mysterious circumstances. Well, the job soon entangles him in political intrigue with secrets that could be deadly. Oh, goodness. All right, cliffhanger at the end there. That is our Saturday movie. Let's check the forecast for this weekend. And folks, no really good news in the foreseeable future. It's going to be hot, hot, and hotter. Not much in the terms of morning clouds in the morning. We're going to basically, those are going to be burning off very quickly. And we're just going to have sunny skies and highs in the 80s, upper 80s, and then 90s on Monday and Tuesday. So no real relief in sight. All right, a little bit of relief for us. We're not going to be here on Sunday. We'll take a break. I'll be back on Monday with an update from the folks at GRF, so stay with us, tuned with us for that one, as well as Bocce and Social Club are going to be here as well. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.